Upgrade your English vocabulary in just 7 days.
Today, you'll learn 7 simple daily routines to add new words fast and use them naturally.
Quick warm-up. Say aloud one sentence you use every morning. Then we'll show 3 easy variations to sound more natural.
Perfect. And if you enjoyed this podcast, please subscribe and like. It really helps us keep making these lessons.
Let's start with day 1. Pick 5 everyday nouns you already know, and swap one for a richer word each time you speak.
For example, instead of good, you might say solid or pleasant in casual talk. This small swap makes you sound confident without overdoing it.
Practice drill. Repeat after me. That was a solid movie. Then change solid for pleasant or fun to feel the difference out loud.
Keep it natural. Don't memorize lists. Use words in tiny stories about your day. Say them aloud twice so the sound sticks.
Day 2 focuses on verbs. Choose a weak verb like do or get and replace it with something more specific that fits casual speech.
Example: instead of I got a message, try I received a message or I got a text, depending on tone. Small choices change clarity.
Quick drill. Say 3 variants of one sentence using different verbs. Record yourself if possible and listen for smoothness, not perfection.
Common learner error. Over-formal verbs can sound stiff. Pick natural options that native speakers actually use in relaxed conversation.
Day 3 phrases and collocations. Learn 2 short phrases that go together and use them in casual chat with friends or coworkers.
For instance, grab a coffee sounds casual and friendly. Swapping to have a coffee can shift the tone slightly, so choose what fits.
Drill. Invite someone out by practicing 3 friendly invitations. Wanna grab coffee? Fancy a coffee? Do you want to get coffee?
Listen for rhythm. Casual English often drops small words or shortens questions, and that's okay in friendly settings.
Day 4 connectors and fillers. Learn 2 connectors like also or on top of that, and 1 casual filler such as you know, used sparingly.
Use fillers to sound natural, not uncertain. Place them where you'd pause naturally and stay confident while speaking.
A simple strategy that really works is spaced repetition with context. Learn a word, use it in one sentence, then again later in a different setting. Say it aloud 3 times, as a statement, as a question, and as a small reaction or comment. Space these usages across the day, morning, afternoon, and evening, to cement memory and increase chances you will recall and use the word naturally. Try adding a tiny reward after each successful use to keep motivation high. Small positive feedback helps habit formation. Keep a short checklist so you can track each repetition easily.
Watch for collocations, the words that sound right together. Native speakers favor certain pairs like make dinner or take a break. When you notice a new collocation, write it in a sentence rather than memorizing the words alone. Use simple flashcards that include a short sentence example and practice saying that sentence aloud until the pairing feels automatic and effortless. Over time, these collocations become second nature and speed your speaking. Keep a running list of favorites and review it weekly.
Here's a speaking challenge. Set a 1-minute timer and tell a tiny story that includes 5 new words plus 1 connector. Add emotion or a small detail that helps you remember. Don't edit as you speak. Focus on speaking fluidly. After recording, listen and mark 2 places to improve, then re-record. Aim to do this challenge at least twice a day and notice how clarity improves after a few attempts. Share one short recording with a friend for feedback and encouragement.
I'll model a quick example for you. This morning, I grabbed a solid cup of coffee, bumped into a neighbor, and we chatted about weekend plans while waiting for the bus. Now pause and repeat each phrase aloud, matching my rhythm. Try swapping solid for nice or great, and notice the subtle meaning change. Repeating these swaps helps you feel options in real speech. Repeat the full example 3 times, each time more confident. Focus on natural pauses and stress patterns, and speak with small variations in tone.
A common mistake is translating phrases word for word from your language. That creates awkward structure and odd word choices. Instead, listen for chunks, small groups of words that native speakers use together. Practice thinking in short chunks rather than translating word by word. Write a few chunks each day and use them in conversation until they become natural. Over time, it will feel easier to think in English chunks directly. Notice which chunks appear most useful and use them more often.
Advanced tip: learn subtle differences between close synonyms with short examples. Compare happy, pleased, and content in everyday sentences, and pick the option that matches casual talk. Repeat each sentence aloud and choose the version that sounds most relaxed. Over time, you'll develop an intuition for which synonym fits everyday conversation without sounding formal. Try making 3 sentences with each synonym to test feel and fit. Then review which ones you use most and keep the best ones.
Let's try a role play. I'll ask, "Any plans this weekend?" And you answer using verbs and a collocation. Practice replies like, "I might grab a coffee and hang out with friends," or "I'm probably meeting some people." Do 3 variations and speed up slightly each time, so responses become automatic and easy in real life. Record one and listen for natural rhythm and intonation. Then try adding a short follow-up question to keep the conversation going and practice 2-way talk.
Pause now and repeat the last response 3 times with different verbs. Grab, meet up, catch up. Change the collocation too. For example, have a coffee versus grab a coffee. Shadowing these patterns, copying rhythm, pace, and word choice is a powerful method to upgrade how you sound in everyday speech. Try to copy stress and pauses as well. Notice which verb matches your speaking style best and use that more often.
Listening matters. Choose short audio clips of natural conversation, news bites, or interviews that match casual talking. Slow them down if needed, repeat the sentence, then say it aloud at normal speed. Doing this regularly trains your ear to identify natural phrasing and gives you ready-made sentences to copy into your own speech. Aim for short daily listening bursts rather than long sessions. Over weeks, you'll notice increased comprehension and quicker recall when speaking.
Write short daily sentences using each new word and convert them to spoken lines. Keep a tiny notebook or phone note, 5 simple sentences a day. Later, read them out loud as if telling a friend, and try to use different emotions or emphasis. Changing tone helps lock the phrase into your active vocabulary. Review older entries once a week to reinforce memory. If possible, use one sentence in a real conversation to test it live.
Micro story time. Set a short scene of 5 sentences using at least 3 target words. Tell it out loud. Then switch one word and retell the story. Repeat this for 2 different endings. Variation helps you practice flexible use and shows you where each word naturally fits in a sentence. Share one short version with a friend or language partner if possible, and ask for one short suggestion to improve clarity. Feedback shortens the learning curve.
Avoid using complicated words too often. Sounding natural usually means choosing everyday language that people use around the neighborhood or with friends. Fancy words can slow you down and may feel out of place in casual chat. Aim for clarity. Short, comfortable words first. Then add subtle upgrades when they fit the mood. Keep a balance and check how listeners respond. Simpler language often leads to clearer connection and easier conversation.
Linking words and contractions are tiny but powerful. Practice I'm gonna and I'll forms and common connectors like also and plus. Use them in short practice sentences and notice how they smooth speech. Matching the rhythm of native speakers with contractions makes your English sound relaxed and friendly rather than formal and rigid. Try sentences with different connector positions to hear subtle changes. Record 2 versions to compare and pick the most natural.
For an advanced drill, blend one idiomatic phrase with simple vocabulary in a short story. Try examples like, I was wiped after work, or we had a blast at the party inside a 5-sentence anecdote. Idioms add color, but keep them sparing. Too many idioms can confuse learners. Use one per story and practice speaking it aloud until it feels natural. Then test it in real conversation and notice reactions. Adjust usage accordingly.
Create a feedback loop. Record a 2-sentence answer to a question. Listen and note one specific area to improve, such as word choice or pausing. Then re-record with that improvement. Keep a short log of each attempt so you can see progress. Small, focused changes compound quickly and make practice less overwhelming. Review your log weekly to spot trends and celebrate steady improvements. Share a short progress note with a friend for extra motivation.
Retention tip. Use a new word in at least 3 different real situations within 24 hours. Say it aloud, write it in a message, and use it in a short conversation. Doing so links the meaning, spelling, and sound together for stronger memory. The variety helps the brain store the word more flexibly and makes recall easier. Try to build tiny reminders to prompt reuse, such as a sticky note or a phone alert. These nudges help you remember to practice.
Weekly plan. Day 1, nouns. Day 2, verbs. Day 3, phrases. Day 4, connectors. Day 5, listening practice. Day 6, role play and repeat. Day 7, review and speak for 10 minutes. Track minutes spoken and celebrate small milestones like 5 minutes of continuous speaking without major pauses. This steady routine builds real, usable vocabulary and keeps learning manageable. Adjust pace to your schedule and keep it enjoyable. Share your weekly wins with someone to stay accountable.
Summary. Practice small slops. Use context. Speak aloud and repeat naturally. Focus on daily tiny habits you can keep for weeks rather than dramatic study sessions. Fluency grows from frequent, comfortable speaking and listening. Celebrate small wins, less hesitation, clearer sentences, and more confidence when speaking with friends or neighbors.
Where are you listening from? Share it in the comments. We love hearing your stories.
Thanks for spending time with us today. Subscribe for weekly casual English tips and keep practicing aloud. See you next time.